So, hi everyone. For my DIGC330 Digital Asia project, I did a Pokemon Red randomizer Nuzlocke, and the whole assignment essentially involved myself looking at the randomizer Nuzlocke in an auto-ethnographic way. And that's something I detail earlier in my Prezi. Also in the Prezi, and what I'm going to be talking about in this video, the assumptions I had about the process, and like the assumptions I had that Nuzlocks would be difficult, the mechanics of Pokemon I had a look at, I had assumptions about those, I had assumptions about visual aspects of the game and genre and how it brought religion into it. But the purpose of this video is to talk about my epiphanies regarding the whole topic, process, whatever we want to call it. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is difficulty. So I assume that the game would be difficult, but it doesn't play any differently than an ordinary Pokemon game, so I don't think it was that difficult in the end. But I did learn that Pokemon was more sophisticated in the knowledge forming process, and that it would be harder for children to pick up and play this game. And I didn't really pick up on this at first until I looked at it in retrospect, because I sort of know everything about Pokemon that there is. I'm sort of one of those players that could do it in their sleep, but I'm not that fantastic, just saying. Yeah, the next thing I looked at was mechanics, and I had a look at the physical restriction side of the whole thing, and I have to say it has absolutely no bearing on playing Nuzlocke at all, like anybody could see that. However, when we look at a more technological standpoint, it changes the game completely, and this has a lot to do with the strategics of Pokemon. So like you only usually have access to so many things in an area, and you need certain things to beat people, like you needed a Bulbasaur or a Squirtle to beat Brock. Failing that, you could use a Butterfree's Confusion, but in a Nuzlocke randomizer, you get completely random stuff, you have no idea what you're going to get, and same for your opponent, you have no idea what they're going to get, and it just makes it even harder. In terms of visual aspects, there are not many aspects of Pokemon that are visually Asian, apart from some Pokemon that I didn't look at because I completely forgot about them right up to this moment. I was more focused on the characters, sprites, and the architecture more than anything. Like, I thought they were more traditionally Asian in a way, such as the bell tower from the Johto region. It's very temple-ish and characteristic of what you would see in a sort of Shinto shrine in Japan. And some of the character sprites were quite obviously of an oriental inspiration, like the black belt karates, there were the ninjas, the kimono girls, even the sages and that one elder. They kind of look like Buddhist monks in a way, and they were probably inspired by that. Next thing we're going to look at is genre. This was interesting to explore. As I played this game in the Nuzlocke format, Nurse Joy changed for me. She took on this necromancer role, and because she was healing my Pokemon and one of them had died and it came back to life, and it just made me really think about it. Like, if she's a necromancer, like, I don't know how to explain this. I kind of just made a leap to religion in Pokemon, and I thought, is there any? And when I had a bit of a look, I felt like there was Buddhism, Shinto, and even Japanese folklore in yokai. So we'll start with Buddhism, which is largely present in Pokemon. Buddha established the Eightfold Pathway to help regular folk reach Nirvana. And a lot of these paths are echoed throughout Pokemon, such as right understanding and viewpoint, right values and attitude, right speech, right action, right work, right effort, right mindfulness. And these are the 7 aspects that are hidden throughout Pokemon, and they're just not obvious in general. Like, they're all established in the universe and go largely unsaid, such as right action, where it just essentially means help others, live honestly, don't harm living things, and look after the environment. The last one that I hadn't mentioned yet was right meditation, and I left it till last because I don't think it is present in Pokemon at all. However, a source I found said that meditation can take the form of anything as long as it's requiring you to mentally focus, and playing a Pokemon game obviously does that. I mean, there's a lot of strategy in it. You have to think about what you're doing, about the moves before you do them. I just felt that was really obvious, like one obvious thing about meditation, Pokemon as meditation. It's crazy. Shintoism was a bit less obvious as to what was in there for me. Shinto is an ancient religion whose followers believe that spiritual powers exist in the natural world, and that these powers are kami, or gods. Some of Pokemon fit this description really well, but I don't think all of them could. Some are more obvious than others, like the new Solgaleo Pokemon, who's legendary for Sun and Moon. He is described as the emissary of the sun in his Pokedex entry, and believe it or not, there's a Sun Kami named Amaterasu, and she's the celestial goddess of the sun. But I think yokai fall more in line with what Pokemon actually are, and I talked about a few of them in the Prezi, such as the Onamazu, which is a Whiscash, and the Nurarihyone, which is a Jellicent. If you want to check out the Prezi, I detail a little bit more what each of those are. But overall, I think Pokemon is a lot deeper than it initially appears to be, and if you look at it from an auto-ethnographic viewpoint, you kind of unravel the mysteries around it. It does teach you what is hidden there, and it has positive messages just hidden right in there for you to find. Even really good ways to live your life, like credos and stuff in the Buddhist Eightfold Pathway, just what they're trying to tell you there. But it's not obvious, as I've said, but once you notice it and you see it, it's really quite something. And I want to thank you for listening, and I hope that you take something from this, because I certainly did. Thank you. Bye.